The 18th century was a time of profound change in Britain. This was especially true in the realm of transportation. Canals and roads were about to undergo a revolution. This revolution would reshape the nation. The Duke of Bridgewater's canal stands as a testament to this era of innovation. Built in the 1760s, it connected the coal mines of Worsley to the industrial town of Manchester. This seemingly simple waterway had a dramatic impact. It cut the price of coal in half. This price reduction had immediate and far-reaching consequences. Households benefited from cheaper fuel. Factories could operate more affordably. The Duke's Canal was not just a feat of engineering, it was a catalyst for economic growth. It demonstrated the power of efficient transportation. The success of the Bridgewater Canal sparked a wave of canal building across Britain. These watery highways would soon crisscross the landscape, transforming trade and travel. The story of Britain's Industrial Revolution is intricately linked to these canals. They were the arteries of a nation in the midst of profound change. The success of the Bridgewater Canal ignited what became known as Canal Mania. Investors and entrepreneurs eager to replicate its success poured money into new canal projects. Parliament granted numerous acts of Parliament to authorize their construction. By 1815, Britain had a network of over 2,000 miles of navigable canals. These canals linked towns and cities across the country. They connected industrial centers with sources of raw materials and markets for finished goods. The impact on the economy was profound. The canals facilitated the transport of goods in unprecedented quantities. This led to lower transportation costs and increased trade. The growth of industrial centres such as Manchester, Birmingham and Liverpool was fueled by this efficient and affordable mode of transportation. Canals were more than just channels for goods. They were also a means of communication and cultural exchange. People travelled by canal boat for business and pleasure, exchanging ideas and experiences along the way. The canals helped to create a more connected and integrated nation. While canals were transforming the movement of goods and people across long distances, the state of Britain's roads remained abysmal. Centuries of neglect had left them muddy, rutted, and often impassable. Travel by road was slow, uncomfortable, and sometimes dangerous. Farmers struggled to get their produce to market. Wagons frequently became bogged down in the mud. The cost of transporting goods by road was high. This limited trade and hindered economic growth. In the winter months, the roads could become completely impassable. This isolated communities and made it difficult to transport essential goods. The poor state of the roads was a significant impediment to progress in 18th century Britain. The dire state of Britain's roads led to the rise of turnpike trusts. These were private companies that were granted the right to charge tolls for the use of improved roads. Starting in the 17th century, they became increasingly common in the 18th century. The turnpike trusts financed the construction and maintenance of new roads. These roads were built on firmer foundations and were designed for heavier traffic. While the tolls were unpopular with some, they did result in a significant improvement in the quality of the roads. The turnpike trusts played a crucial role in improving Britain's transportation infrastructure. They paved the way for the later innovations of engineers like John Macadam and Thomas Telford. These engineers would revolutionize road construction in the late 18th and early 19th centuries. Section 5. The Macadam Revolution: Smoother Roads, Faster Journeys. John Macadam and Thomas Telford were two of the most important figures in the history of road building. They developed new techniques for constructing roads that were stronger, more durable, and less prone to mud and ruts. Macadam's system, known as macadamization, involved laying layers of crushed stone on a well-drained foundation. Telford's roads used carefully shaped large stones as a base, followed by layers of smaller stones. Both methods resulted in smoother, more resilient road surfaces. These improved roads had a dramatic impact on the speed and efficiency of road travel. Stagecoaches could now travel at speeds of up to 10 miles per hour or more. This made it possible to travel between London and major cities like Bristol or York in a matter of days rather than weeks. The faster travel times facilitated trade, communication, and the spread of ideas. Section 6. Highwaymen and the Birth of Policing, a Culture of Fear and Order. The improved roads of 18th century Britain, while a boon for travel and commerce, also had a darker side. They provided easier routes for highwaymen who preyed on travellers, particularly those carrying valuables. The fear of highway robbery was a constant anxiety for those venturing out on the roads. Highwaymen, often romanticized in popular culture, were a serious problem. They operated with relative impunity in sparsely populated areas. The existing parish constables, often poorly paid and ill-equipped, were largely ineffective in apprehending these criminals. The rise in highway robbery, coupled with general concerns about crime in urban areas, led to calls for a more effective system of law enforcement. This growing demand for order and security would eventually lead to the establishment of the first modern police forces in Britain. Section 7. Crime and punishment in the 18th century, from Tyburn to Reform. The 18th century witnessed a dramatic increase in crime in Britain. This was partly due to urbanization and poverty, but also to changes in the law. More offences were reclassified as capital crimes, meaning they were punishable by death. Public executions, particularly at London's Tyburn gallows, were common spectacles. They drew large crowds. However, there was a growing sense that the system was too harsh and ineffective. Reformers like Cesare Beccaria and John Howard argued for more humane and effective forms of punishment. They advocated for prison reform, the abolition of capital punishment for minor offences, and a greater focus on rehabilitation. Section 8. The dawn of the Metropolitan Police, a force for change. In 1829, Home Secretary Robert Peel, driven by concerns about rising crime rates and social unrest, established the Metropolitan Police Force in London. This new police force was a radical departure from the existing system of parish constables and watchmen. Peel's Bobbies, so named after their founder, were organised along military lines. They were uniformed, disciplined, and tasked with preventing crime through visible patrols. The concept of a professional, proactive police force was revolutionary for its time. The establishment of the Metropolitan Police, while initially met with some resistance, proved to be a turning point in the history of law enforcement. It marked a shift towards a more organised and professional approach to policing. Other cities and towns across Britain soon followed suit, establishing their own police forces based on the London model. Section 9. A nation transformed. From canals to industry. The 18th century in Britain was a period of extraordinary transformation. It laid the groundwork for the Victorian era and its unprecedented industrial growth. The improvements in transportation, driven by canals and later by improved roads, were central to this transformation. Canals facilitated the movement of raw materials and manufactured goods. This fueled industrial expansion. Improved roads, thanks to the innovations of macadam and Telford, made travel faster and more efficient. This connected distant markets and spurred economic activity. These advancements in infrastructure, coupled with social and legal reforms, propelled Britain into a new era. The 19th century would witness the full flowering of the Industrial Revolution, with Britain emerging as a global economic powerhouse. The canals and roads of the 18th century were the foundational elements upon which this industrial might was built. As the 19th century dawned, Britain entered what many historians call the Golden Age of Canals. These waterways became the arteries of the nation's burgeoning industrial heart. From the bustling ports of Liverpool and Bristol to the factories of Manchester and Birmingham, canals carried coal, cotton, iron, and countless other goods. They were the lifeblood of a rapidly industrializing society. Stock video aerial view of a historic canal in England, bustling with boats and surrounded by factories. The engineering marvels of this era, like the Pont Sicilte aqueduct and the Anderton boat lift, stand as testaments to human ingenuity and ambition. These structures not only facilitated commerce, but also captured the imagination of a generation. They remain icons of the industrial age. Stock image Pont Sicilte aqueduct with boats passing over it. Canal towns flourished and new industries sprang up along the waterways. The canals brought prosperity and transformed the landscapes they traversed, knitting together the nation's economy in ways previously unimaginable. Stock video time-lapse of a canal town waking up with boats starting their journey. Yet this golden age was not to last. The advent of the railway would soon overshadow the canals, bringing faster and more efficient means of transport. But for a time, these waterways were the veins through which the lifeblood of industrial Britain flowed. Stock video. Transition from a canal boat to a steam locomotive on a railway track. Today, these canals are cherished as part of our heritage. They remind us of a time when innovation and determination reshaped the world, paving the way for the modern age. Stock image, scenic view of a restored canal, now a popular tourist destination. The legacy of the Golden Age of Canals endures, a symbol of a nation's journey towards progress and prosperity. The Golden Age of Canals was not eternal. As the mid-19th century approached, the rise of the railway industry signaled the beginning of the end for Britain's canal network. Stock video steam locomotive speeding down a railway track, leaving a trail of smoke. Stock video train passing through a bustling station with passengers boarding. Railways offered faster, more reliable and more versatile means of transport, capable of carrying larger quantities of goods and passengers over greater distances. Stock video train passing through a bustling station with passengers boarding. Canal companies, unable to compete with the speed and efficiency of trains, saw their revenues plummet. Many struggled to maintain their aging infrastructure, and some were forced to close altogether. Stock video abandoned Canal Lock, overgrown with vegetation. The once thriving canal towns began to decline as trade and industry moved to the railways. Jobs were lost, and communities that had flourished during the canal era faced economic hardship. Stock image old, derelict warehouses by a dried-up canal. Yet the decline of canals was not just a story of economic loss. It was also a tale of changing landscapes and lifestyles. Stock video slow pan of a tranquil, overgrown canal with ducks swimming peacefully. The picturesque canals, once bustling with activity, became quiet and serene, slowly reclaimed by nature. Stock video slow pan of a tranquil, overgrown canal with ducks swimming peacefully. Despite their decline, canals never completely disappeared. They found new life in the 20th century as places of recreation and heritage. Stock video modern-day canal with leisure boats and people walking along the towpath. Today they serve as peaceful havens for boating, walking and wildlife, cherished remnants of a bygone era. Stock video modern-day canal with leisure boats and people walking along the towpath. The story of the canals is a testament to the relentless march of progress and the enduring spirit of innovation. Though their golden age has passed, their legacy lives on in the hearts and minds of those who cherish these historic waterways. Stock video sunset over a restored canal with reflections shimmering on the water. As we journey along these tranquil paths, we remember the canals not just as relics of the past, but as enduring symbols of a nation's industrious spirit and its capacity for change. Stock image, scenic view of a canal framed by autumn foliage. The decline of canals paved the way for the rise of railways, a transformative force that reshaped Britain's landscape and economy. Stock video steam locomotive emerging from a tunnel, smoke billowing. The first public railway, the Stockton and Darlington Railway, opened in 1825, heralding a new era of transportation. Stock video, archival footage of Stockton and Darlington Railway. Railways revolutionized travel, offering unprecedented speed and efficiency. Stock video, modern high-speed train zooming by. Stock image, early railway map of Britain. They connected distant towns and cities, knitting the nation closer together and spurring economic growth. Stock video train crossing a viaduct, scenic countryside in the background. Industries flourished as raw materials and finished goods could be transported quickly and cheaply. Stock video industrial factory with trains loading goods. The railways also had a profound social impact, making travel accessible to the masses. Stock image Victorian-era passengers boarding a train. People could now journey farther and faster than ever before, expanding their horizons and opportunities. Stock video Victorian-era train station bustling with activity. The railway stations themselves became architectural marvels, symbols of progress and modernity. Stock image historic railway station with grand architecture. As the network expanded, so did the influence of the railways, shaping everything from timekeeping to urban development. Stock video montage of various historical and modern railway stations. The rise of railways marked a pivotal chapter in Britain's history, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless pursuit of progress. Stock video sunset over a railway track, train in the distance. Today, the legacy of the railways endures, a reminder of a time when iron rails forged new paths to prosperity. Stock image modern-day train station with a mix of old and new architecture. The rise of railways was more than just a transportation revolution, it was a catalyst for the Industrial Revolution, a period that transformed not just Britain, but the entire world. Stock video steam engines in a bustling factory. Stock video archival footage of James Watt's steam engine. The steam engine, perfected by James Watt, powered factories and mills, driving unprecedented levels of production. Stock video aerial view of 19th-century factory towns. Factories sprang up across the country, especially in the north, turning Britain into the workshop of the world. Stock video trains loaded with coal and iron. The railways enabled the rapid transportation of raw materials like coal and iron, and finished goods to markets near and far. Stock imaged early industrial machinery. This era saw the rise of new industries and the birth of the modern economy. Textile production in particular experienced a boom with innovations like the spinning jenny and power loom revolutionizing the industry. Stock video archival footage of textile mills in operation. The Industrial Revolution also brought profound social changes. Stock video crowded Victorian-era city streets. Urbanization accelerated as people flocked to cities in search of work, transforming the social fabric of the nation. Stock image, Victorian slum housing. Living conditions in these rapidly growing cities were often harsh, with overcrowded housing and poor sanitation. Stock image innovations in 19th-century science and technology. Yet this period also sparked significant advancements in science, technology, and medicine. Stock video. Early telegraph machine in operation. Innovations like the telegraph revolutionized communication, while breakthroughs in healthcare improved public health. Stock image, contrast between wealthy industrialists and poor workers. The Industrial Revolution was a time of stark contrasts, immense wealth and deep poverty, dazzling innovation and grim realities. Stock video montage of industrial landscapes and modern cities. It laid the foundations for the modern world, forever altering the course of human history. Stock image, modern industry juxtaposed with historical industrial scenes. As we reflect on this transformative era, we recognize the enduring legacy of the Industrial Revolution, a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. The Industrial Revolution set the stage for the transportation marvels we see today. Stock video, aerial view of a modern high-speed train. High-speed railways now zip across continents, connecting cities and people like never before. Stock video, autonomous electric cars on a highway. Autonomous electric cars promise a future of cleaner, safer travel. Stock video aerial view of a bustling airport. Air travel has shrunk the world, making international journeys a routine part of life. Stock image, modern cargo ship. Gigantic cargo ships traverse the oceans, carrying goods to every corner of the globe. Stock video hyperloop concept animation. Concepts like the hyperloop envision a future where travel is faster and more efficient. Stock video electric scooters and bicycles in a city. Micro-mobility solutions like electric scooters and bicycles offer sustainable options for short trips. Stock image charging station for electric vehicles. The rise of electric vehicles is transforming our approach to energy and environment. Stock video drone delivering a package. Even drones are being employed for deliveries, redefining logistics. Stock image SpaceX rocket launch. Space travel is no longer a distant dream, with companies like SpaceX pushing the boundaries. Stock video montage of modern transportation innovations. These innovations not only make our lives easier, but also underscore the relentless human drive for progress. The legacy of the Industrial Revolution lives on in the modern world as we continue to push the limits of what's possible.